guys, good morning. Happy Friday. It's Daryl here. It's 11 a.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast. I was just getting ready to make this video at 11 a.m. and I turn on my computer and I see that Bo, the fifth column, dropped a video at about 10 a.m. this morning talking about Tucker Carlson. And I was like, damn. If you guys saw my earlier video that I put out about 5 or 6 a.m. Friday morning, I said my next video was going to be about Tucker Carlson or Sean Hannity. And when I saw that Bo did that video talking about Tucker Carlson, I was like, shoot, he beat me to the punch. I'm not going to have anything to talk about. But I still got stuff to talk about. I got a few, even though this is Bo's forte, the military. He knows a lot more than I do. He's a lot more apt to make a much better video. But there's a couple other things that I thought of that he didn't mention. So I'm going to talk about that. But I want to talk about Sean Hannity and grasping at straws. Okay, he did a show kind of reviewing, beating up on Joe Biden. Now here's the thing: Joe Biden's State of the Union address came off seamless. There was no gaffes, no stuttering, no nothing, no problems with it, mental acuity or anything like that. But that didn't stop Sean Hannity. He showed a bunch of clips from past things. And he said that, then he kept making these claims that Joe Biden must have practiced and practiced and practiced for hours and hours and hours. And he made all these claims. In other words, Sean Hannity was going to tear into Joe Biden and mental acuity regardless of, Joe Biden could have done a State of the Union address where he bench pressed 400 pounds and then while reciting the Gettysburg Address, and Sean Hannity would have had, a whole boatload of criticism. That's how I felt. That sums it up. When I caught some, it's so amazing too. You see Fox News and they talk about how one of their reporters tore apart the White House and the White House press secretary, and then over on CNN you see how the White House says that the press secretary tore apart the Fox News reporter and left him with nothing. It's interesting. You see, this is what happens when I tell you guys I look at both sides. I look at all the liberal stations and all the conservative Newsmax and all that, and it's amazing. It's like they're talking about two completely different things. But you get a gist of the reality of it. And the reality of it is Joe Biden put out a good State of the Union address last night. So Hannity showed a bunch of past clips that really did make Joe Biden look bad. If you know exactly what Biden was talking about, if you had been watching the clips that Hannity shown, you would know the context. These clips shown by themselves, where Joe Biden's kind of grasping for a name or a title. If you just see the 5-second clip, it looks bad. It looks like he's losing his train of thought. But if you actually see the video and the context of it, where just 5 seconds before he talks about the name and another name, and you can kind of understand. It's stuff I do. I do this often. I'm 55. Maybe I'm losing my mental acuity. I don't know. You know what? I would much rather have Joe Biden, an older Joe Biden that stutters and his mindset, than a lying, narcissistic Donald Trump any day of the week. Now, this is something else I want to talk about. It feels like Sean Hannity, like he had his sights set on Joe Biden. I feel like this is payback for Donald Trump. They bring up people like Sean Hannity, bring up, where did all the fact checkers go? All the conservatives bring this up. Like everything that happened during the Trump administration, they feel like they should pay it back now on Joe Biden. But it's like they're looking at this like we're rooting for teams, or WWE wrestlers or something. Well, you did that to our guy, so we're going to do that to your guy. They don't take into account how dishonest Donald Trump was right out the gate, or even before that. It was clear that this man was dishonest daily, and his daily tweets were just factually untrue. You could see it constantly. He lied all the time. exaggerated the numbers. Everything was huge and big. His inauguration. This is why people decided, well, we're going to have to fact check this guy. We have to let people know. We have the President of the United States here constantly being dishonest. You guys remember the term alternate facts? You know, that was their term. I forgot which press secretary that was. That was their term for Trump's lies. It was a pretty way to paint Trump's dishonesty. So they're all crying now. Well, how come they're not fact-checking Joe Biden? And the honest, truthful answer, without trying to be a pain in the ass, without trying to be an ass, is Joe Biden just doesn't lie anywhere near like Donald Trump did. Donald Trump had some serious personality issues. Narcissistic, some would say pathological lying. You know, and this isn't just being because I'm not a Republican. That's the truth. The man was blatantly dishonest with almost everything he did. If he wasn't exaggerating, he was flat out lying. So if they feel it feels like it's a payback, you know, and that's what Sean Hannity's show felt like yesterday. Well, they treated my guy bad, so you know you could see he had his sights set on Joe Biden. He was going to tear Joe Biden a new one, regardless. Like I said, Joe Biden could have come out there and spoke in 8 languages and done cartwheels, juggled, bench pressed, you know, and it wouldn't have changed Hannity's position. Anyway, okay, now on to Tucker Carlson. Tucker Carlson, as we all know, has a big problem. I don't get this, you guys. I don't get it. To me, it looks like these guys have insecurity issues. All these people, either that or they're stuck in this other era where women have to act like women and men have to act like men. I saw another, sorry, I can't remember the name. It was a Republican lawmaker saying that this is a little off topic, but saying that the Black Lives Matter people hate family values. They all want to get back to family. And that I can't even, I have no idea what there's actually a quote from a Republican lawmaker this week where he said that. It's like, I have no idea what that's speaking about. There's times that I really start to believe that there is more dishonesty in the Republican circle than by far that's in the Democrat circle, you know. And I don't want to sound biased like that, but it really appears like these people put out just lies. All right, enough about that. So anyway, Tucker Carlson and his need to have manly men in the army, because he's all upset because of, like, if you watch Beau the Fifth Column, they're making maternity flight suits that will fit women in maternity, and you know, hairstyles that are more they're better looking for women. And Tucker Carlson has a big problem with this. One of the things he said, and this I noticed this right away, was he said that China has a more masculine army. What are we doing? The Pentagon shot back. You know, we are not about to start taking suggestions from talk show hosts like Tucker Carlson or from the Chinese military. I thought the Pentagon punched back really good on that one. But okay, so the Chinese military, he claims, is masculine. What does that even mean? You know, are their guns bigger? I don't know what that even means. Is there is there less women, more men? You know what? It made me think of this. What about Israel? All Israeli citizens over 18 is it conscripted? Is that the word? They have to join the army. They have to serve in the army. Not only that, they learn Krav Maga, I believe it's called, Krav Maga. Street fighting, hardcore street fighting. So we have women in the Israeli army. It's got to be, I'd imagine, 50% men, 50% women. If you're taking all the 18-year-olds, that means you got 50% men, 50% women. Learning street fighting, Krav Maga. Tucker Carlson must have forgot about Israel. I would love to see Tucker Carlson try to get in the ring with an 18-year-old girl or a 20-year-old girl or whatever that's proficient in Krav Maga, street fighting. It's mixed martial. It's a very focused. The idea is to take your opponent down fast and hard, hitting the soft tissues, the pressure points. It's nasty and to the point. It's not pretty. It's just to take your opponent out as quick as possible, ASAP, and no holds barred, street fighting. And this is what girls learn in Israel. So tell me again why we shouldn't have women in the military. I was going to talk more on Pepe Le Pew, but I see I'm running out of time. I don't get it. I don't get this need for masculinity. Sometimes I feel like being liberal, I'm a big guy, right? And I feel like it's up to me sometimes to push the limits. Because I know there's bullies and people out there that don't like to see guys doing unmasculine things. Oh, I like wearing these color shoes. Or I guess this would be called coral. I love to wear stuff like this because I'm 6'4". That's why I have this on here. I was just out of curiosity. I measured my bicep. I have 17-inch biceps. I was gonna show you guys. Right? So it's amazing that these conservative guys that are ready to beat up on like a 5'3" guy, that might be wearing something that they consider masculine or acting in a feminine way. But they won't say boo to me, and I almost figure it's my duty sometimes to use my size and I know I can intimidate people. I don't do that. It's not my gig. I was bullied when I was a kid, but I like to push the envelope, and because I know there's guys out there, there's a lot of farming communities, big old trucks around here, Trump supporters, and I love putting like these different colors on and going out in public because it pushes the envelope, and you see them look at me, but they ain't gonna say boo to me. And I consider it being a spokesman for open-minded people. I can push this envelope more than some other guys can get away with, and I like taking advantage of that. All right, that's my video for today. I ran over. I'll be back tomorrow with another video. You guys have a good Friday.